Hello, artists, 9 to 5ers who want to sing, write, and record. Welcome. I'm Jess, and I help 9 to 5 professionals sing, write, and record their dream songs so they can live their dream life without going back to school or having to uproot everything. And really, why we're here is because we love music. We want to live a music mastery life. And hey, Ken. Hey, J Cone 3. Welcome. I'll give you a wave here. Welcome. So, today we're going to talk about the confidence leak or why your confidence drops when you sing, write, or record. Hey, Coach John, welcome. Welcome. Um, and if you haven't caught the lives from the last few weeks, definitely watch those replays. The first week we talked about the broken ladder and why artists don't actually need to go to school to learn professional excellence in their craft. And I actually just had a meeting this morning with all of my coaches plus some affiliates of our program, and they're all coaches, they're all teachers. Some of them went to school and some of them didn't, and all of them have different stories about it, but the majority of them said, if I could have learned it without going to school, I would have. And so that's what we talked about in week 1 of this month. If you haven't seen that replay, definitely check it out in my posts. Last week we talked about the fragmented artist journey. When you're learning all these topics, singing over here, production over here, songwriting over here, artist development and promotion and marketing over there, and you're learning all these things in different places, and it's a fragmented path, and so you get fragmented results. And instead of focusing on, well, first of all, being in a place that can foster all of those things, but focusing on one track. And so that's what our program does, is we create tracks for each artist to focus on in 90-day spurts. Tony Robbins says that you overestimate what you can get done in a day and you underestimate what you can get done in 90 days. So having these 90-day sprints is how our community runs and how we get things done, how we actually get our goals completed. So that was last week. And then this week, we're going to talk about the confidence leak and or why your confidence drops. And these are all enemies, so to speak, I see that stop artists from creating. And so the confidence one is an interesting one. And you may be a beginner singer or songwriter, and you may be advanced, but sometimes we still have this confidence struggle. Now, I see it more in beginners, and I'll tell you why. I had a coach tell me confidence equals competence. And so when you're competent in something, you have a lot more confidence. Not always, and I'll talk about that. That's a second discussion. But when you're not confident, usually it means you don't trust yourself in something. You don't trust yourself. Think about that. You don't trust yourself. Now, when it comes to competence equals confidence, if you're not competent in something, how can you trust yourself, right? If you haven't put the time in, our body is very smart. If we put the time into something and we have actually put the work in, we trust ourselves a lot more than if we haven't. And so that would be my first challenge to you, is if you feel like confidence is a thing, and you know, the real reason why your confidence might be dipping is because maybe you don't have the competence to trust yourself in whatever skill that you're wanting to have confidence in. Think about that. Hey, Jay Dosa, welcome. Giving you a wave. So that's the first reason. The second reason you might be having a confidence leak or confidence drop in what you're learning and doing is that you may not believe that you're capable. And this is more of an internal thing. But it really comes back to trust in yourself. How do you develop trust in yourself? Hey, Bassie, what's going on? How do you develop trust in yourself? If competence equals confidence, and a lot of the time, lack of confidence comes from not trusting yourself. How do you create trust with yourself? One way is to do what you say. So if you say that you're going to whatever, wake up at 7 a.m. Waking up at 7 a.m. and actually doing that will create trust with yourself. If you say that you're going to put out more music this year, be specific with what it is. I am going to release a single in 2026. Okay, follow through on that. What are the steps that you need to take to create that? And I suggest creating it in 90-day spurts if you can. But it really starts from the small things, creating confidence in yourself. And I was having a conversation with a client. She came to my last workshop. She won the free raffle of a session with me. And if you want to come to the next workshop, just comment sing workshop. Just comment sing in the chat and I'll get you the link to that. We do raffle off a 45-minute session with me. But she won the session last week. And we talked about confidence. So the first thing is start building trust with yourself. Say you're going to do something and then actually do it. Because when we don't do what we say we're going to do, we start building little trust fractures in our own relationship with ourselves. So that's number one. Number two, and I talked about this to the girl I was talking about, is get around people who are doing what you want to do. So if there's a quote that says, if you hang around 5 broke people, or 4 broke people, you're the 5th, right? If you hang around 5 wealthy people, you're the 6th. So it goes with music as well. If you hang around 5 musicians, you're the 6th. If you hang around people with a positive mindset, you're the 6th, right? And we become who we surround ourselves with. Now, it is logical. We all know this. But how do we go about creating that community and creating opportunities for ourselves? Because it was funny when I told this to the girl I was talking about, she was like, oh, and they'll give me opportunities, right? Because I hang out with those people. I said, maybe, but the kicker is you become like those people. You actually become like those people and you create opportunities that they have had because you've become like them. So it's not just, I'm going to hang around you and I'm going to get opportunity. It's like, how do I hang out with the right people to become like them? Not become them, right? Because you're yourself and you have your own gifts and struggles and dreams. But how do you become like them? And the journey to becoming the artist you want to be might take some sacrifice. It might mean you're investing in your skills with a coach. It might mean that you're giving something up. Like I've given up TV after 7 p.m. every night. It might be you give up little things like that. It might be that you give up huge things. Now, I'm a big believer that little practices lead to confidence. So again, building little moments of trust with yourself. How do you follow through with what you say? And also getting around the right people. If you don't have feedback from people that are saying, hey, I think you could improve on this, then maybe you're not around the right people. Maybe. Now you have to have the right relationship to do that, right? But I have that relationship with my clients and it's fun. We get to improve together and we do it in a fun way. If there's no structure in your life, that is something that could create leaks. If you're going at things alone, that could create leaks in your confidence. Not knowing what to fix, that could create leaks in your confidence. So I would venture to say your confidence isn't broken. It's just leaking out in different places slowly. And that's what's causing the confidence to fall. And now, if you stop guessing at things and you commit to a structure, now you can do this on your own or you can hire a coach to help you with this. And that's what my clients have done. But if you create a structure around your goals and you create little habits to build trust with yourself, that's when you're going to build confidence. So I would love to know, we have 4 people on Instagram and we have some people on YouTube. I would love to know, do you think that there's anything that is causing your confidence to leak out? Do you think that there are times where you are you're feeling like, oh, I don't know if I can do this? Well, where are the places you're not building trust with yourself? Now, that being said, where are the places you are? You can put it in the chat. I'd love to hear. What's going through your head? Where are the places you are building confidence and trust in yourself that are actually working? Right? How do you zoom in on that and expand that? Oh, there's my phone. How do you zoom in on that and expand that? Is my question to you. How do you create a life that is stepping into the structure? Now, if you do want more support with this, I do have a free workshop happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST. And I'm going to be talking about the 3 struggles that I see singers struggling with and the 3 methods that I use to address that. I'm also going to be talking about the artist pyramid. And the artist pyramid is the structure that I've created for artists and myself to get to whatever your goal is. The top of the pyramid, the bottom of the pyramid is going to be singing. Then you've got songwriting, then you've got accompaniment, and then you've got your artist release. And there's a lot of subpoints underneath all of those, but those are the big picture ones. And so if you're someone who wants a structure, wants accountability, wants a system to where you can create the things in your life that you want to do, I'm having that free workshop. I'm going to be sharing all about the artist pyramid and how to walk through the artist pyramid, how to actually build this into your life. Now, what do you think of when you think of a pyramid? I personally think of sand. I think of architecture. Anyone else? Anyone else have any? What do you think of when you think of a pyramid? Put it in the chat. What do you think of when you think of a pyramid? Maybe longevity? Maybe structure? I think structure that stands the test of time. I think legacy. I think a lot of creativity. So when we're building reliability, yep, reliable. Yeah, it's reliable. Yeah. I mean, it gets buried by sand and storms and all these things, and it still stands, right? So how do we become the pyramid that stands the test of time? Yes, that stands the test of winds and sand of doubt blowing your way. How do you stand that? Sand and wind coming your way. Over time, it's just guaranteed. You're going to have someone challenge your confidence. You're going to have a hater. You're going to have your own limiting thoughts. You're going to have all the things that keep us from creating our music mastery life. But if you have structure, like a pyramid, you're going to be able to stand. And that's the idea of the pyramid. So if you want to hear about how I'm helping artists build their pyramid, become the pyramid, comment sing below, and I'll send you a free link to the free workshop happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST. So I would love to know, comment in the chat, where is your confidence leaking? Did you decide on that? Is there a confidence leak happening in your life? Where are you not building trust with yourself? And where do you get to build trust? So don't stay there and analyzing what's not working. Go create a solution and ask yourself, what do I get to embrace to become that pyramid, the artist that stands the test of time? Ask yourself, do I need to give anything up to become that pyramid, to become that artist that actually follows through on what I say I'm going to do? So that's the confidence leak. Thanks for joining me for our short live. I'd love to know if there's anything coming up for you. What is something that's coming up for you? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Sing. Okay, ZZZ Key Living Legend. I will send you the DM after I get off this live. Perfect. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. Any questions about the artist pyramid? Go ahead and put it in the chat. I'd love to know what's making sense to you, what's landing for you, what are you creating, what action are you taking today as a result of showing up on this live? If you showed up, watched the replay, wherever you're at, what are you taking away? What is that small action that you are going to take from being on this live? Okay. Bassett says reliable and preservation. Okay, we got a YouTube comment, guys. I got to move this. Would like to attend tomorrow night. Okay, Melissa. Yeah, I'll send you the link. Actually, let me see if I can. We're going like this. I've been working on making a return to teaching. Yes, Bassie, make a return to teaching. We talked about that. Bassie's a good friend. Let me see. I don't know, Melissa, if I get off the live, if I can send you the link. So let me send you the link. She's on YouTube. I'm going to send her the link on YouTube. So you're gonna sign up with your name and email. Okay, I put it in there, Melissa. Go ahead and click that. Sign up with your name and email. And then you should get a text and an email from me with a survey to fill out before tomorrow night. Fill out that survey, and then you're going to get another message from me with the Zoom registration link. And then fill out that registration link. Bassie says, revamp my website. I've been brainstorming ways that I can better reach my audience, pain points, and solve their problems. Awesome. Yeah, Bassie, go for it. Working on making a return. Okay. How are you going to build trust with yourself and confidence as you go along this journey? Okay, thanks. Okay, Melissa, I see ya. Okay, awesome. So that's my question. That's where I'm going to leave it at. How are you going to build confidence in yourself with little steps along the way? What are your little steps? Going to set my equipment up again and commit to writing regularly. Oh, writing like content? Like writing, as in songwriting. Oh, songwriting, right? Yeah. Awesome. Oh, you're going to set up your recording equipment to songwrite consistently. Yeah. Awesome. Exciting. Okay. Well, thank you for being on this live with me. Melissa, did you get the link? Is it working? Let me know. And then ZZZ, Key Living Legend, I'm going to send you the link. I don't think I can DM you while I'm on the live. But actually I can say the link. It is www.jessevallen, my name, .com/mmv-join. So I'm going to send it to you, but now you have it verbally as well. Okay. At the workshop, we'll talk about the 3 things that I see singers struggle with and the 3 methods that I use to address them, plus the artist pyramid. We're going to talk about that. Again, if you need the link, comment sing. And thank you for being here. I already filled out the survey, which is how I got here. Do I need to do that again? Oh, Melissa, you already signed up. Awesome. You're good then. You're good. I'm so glad that you're here. I don't know when you came on, but I talked about how to build confidence in yourself and how to plug those confidence leaks. Take care, Bassie. See ya. So I'd love to know, Melissa, before you come to the workshop tomorrow, how are you going to create confidence? Are you going to create confidence by stepping into a structure and a system and building little habits along the way? Are you going to create confidence by creating a plan? How are you going to create confidence in your everyday life? I'd love to know. And we will talk more about this tomorrow at the workshop as well. Ways that you can do that. Did that make sense, Melissa? I didn't want to jump off until you got clear. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. Okay, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. PST at the workshop. And thank you for coming, and I will see you then. Bye.